everyone, it's Veronica from Blue Star Crochet. Welcome to another video tutorial where we're gonna learn how to crochet these amazing crochet baubles that you can use to decorate your Christmas tree or for any other decoration, whether it's your mantelpiece or front door wreath or window. The choice is completely up to you. So we do have 5 different patterns, so we've got 5 different baubles to crochet together. We're going to start with kind of a simpler pattern. So we've got this cross double crochet. That's the stitch in this one, and because we're going to be working through the 3rd loop only of half double crochet stitches, you kind of get this knit look texture on your baubles as well. So this is pattern number 1, so this is the first one. Then we've got this second bauble, so this is the tryout stitch in between rows of half double crochet again. Then we've got this stitch some of you might recognize because this is the stitch that I used for the Brooklyn hat or the Brenner cowl. So this is the wrap stitch, okay? And then we've got a couple of more textured baubles. So these are full of texture. We've got this one. So this is the classic puff stitch that is again worked through the 3rd loop only of the half double crochet. So we've got kind of alternating puff stitches with that knit look texture of the half double crochet. And then we've got this beautiful textured bauble as well. So this is kind of a special stitch that we're going to go over. I'm going to show you how to crochet this. But once again, it is worked through the 3rd loop only of half double crochet. So it gives you this beautiful knit look texture as well. So let's not wait any further and let's have a look at the materials that we will need to crochet these beautiful Christmas baubles. Here are a few materials that we will need to complete this project. Firstly, the yarn. I'm going to be using a worsted weight or category 4 yarn, okay, or Aran weight, whatever it's called in your part of the world. So all the crochet baubles that I have shown you, they are all worked in worsted weight yarn. I'm also going to be using a 5.5mm crochet hook. We will need some scissors to cut yarn. We will need a yarn needle to cinch the baubles, the fabric. Of course, we will need baubles, so you can buy plain baubles. I have linked to some baubles over on Amazon. It's not the ones I have particularly used. These are from my local shop, but they are the same size. They do say kind of 8cm across, so believe it or not, these do look the same size, but if you need to measure from the top to the bottom, so they are 8cm, or the circumference, I think 8cm is about 3.1 inches, and the circumference is about 18.5 centimeters, I would say. So that's about 7.5 inches, okay? So that's the size of the bauble that I'm going to be using, or I have used for my baubles. But of course, the written pattern also includes multiples of each of the different patterns. So you will start with the starting chain that is stated in the pattern. And then it's going to say add multiples of 2 or 3 if you needed to increase the kind of the height of the fabric, because if your baubles are slightly bigger, you just need to add a multiples of 2 or 3, which is written in a pattern for each of the 5 different patterns. It will be a different multiple, either 2 or 3. So it's stated in a written pattern if you needed to increase the size of your fabric because you are using a bigger bauble. So that's adjusting kind of the height, and then to adjust the circumference, you will just keep repeating the 2-row repeat until your fabric is kind of big enough to go around your bauble, because we are working in short rows up and down, you will just repeat more rows to fit your bauble. Okay, so everything is explained in a written pattern should you need to adjust for a different size bauble, but I have linked to the same size baubles that I found on Amazon. They are plain, they are clear. I'm using kind of like a gold colours because there are open stitches for some of the patterns. So as you can see, you can use a plain bauble by all means, but I kind of liked when the colour pokes through. So, oh, this is completely up to you what you wanted to do, okay? So, the baubles, I have got a fabric ready here just to kind of explain to you what we're going to be doing for the fabric is working in short rows. Okay, so this is the bauble there. So as you can see, we're going to be working back and forth in rows, and each end of the row is finished off with 2 single crochets and 2 single crochets. So as you can see, the shape that we're going to be creating is already kind of, it already wants to curl up. It already wants to go into a bauble shape, as you can see. So this is because we are kind of scrunching the fabric on both ends, there and there, by using the 2 single crochets. Okay, so it already kind of sits in a 3D shape, as you can see. That's what the fabric does naturally. So this is the shape that we're going to be creating. Once this is big enough, so as I said, if you need to adjust, just keep repeating rows, the 2 row repeats, until the fabric is kind of big enough to curl around your bauble. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's start the pattern. The patterns have got a very similar start for all 5 different patterns. Some of them have got starting chain of 14, some of them have got starting chain of 13. Okay, but the principle is exactly the same for all the patterns. So let's go ahead and make some space. We're gonna start with the first bauble, which is the cross, which uses the cross double crochet. So this one here, as you can see, it's a very simple pattern, but very, very pretty. Okay, so this is the first one that we're gonna be crocheting right now. So I'm going to start with the first row. Now, as I said, the first row is the same for all 5 patterns. The only difference is that some of them start with chain 13 and some of them start with chain 14. But the principle is very much the same. So I'm going to start with a slip knot. Okay, so I'm going to create this loop. I'm going to pop it on my fingers. And I'm going to cross it over, and I'm going to grab the tail end and pull through to create a loop, which I'm going to pop onto my hook and tighten it down to size. And again, to start bauble number 1, so this is pattern number 1 out of the 5, I'm going to chain 13. So 1, 2, 3, 13. I'm going to start working into the second chain from the hook, and I'm going to work 1 single crochet. So that's insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and a single crochet into the next chain. So I have made 2 single crochets. Now I'm gonna go across the foundation chain, working half double crochet stitches until I reach the last 2 chains on this end, and in these last 2 chains we're gonna place single crochet. So to work half double crochet, I'm gonna yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull through. I've got 3 loops on my hook. Now yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And as I said, we're going to repeat half double crochet stitches all the way across until we have 2 stitches left. Here we go, I have 2 stitches left, so all that's left to do is work 1 single crochet and a single crochet in the last one. Okay, and as I said, this is the very first row for all 5 patterns. The only difference is that for certain patterns you'll have 12 stitches and for the others you'll have 13 stitches. You'll have 2 single crochets either end and then half double crochet stitches in between, and it's the number of half double crochet stitches that will vary across the 5 different patterns. Now, to work the second row, I'm going to turn, okay, I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to work 1 single crochet into the first stitch and 1 single crochet into the second stitch. So that's the first 2 single crochets. And now we're going to work the crossed double crochet across these half double crochet stitches. Okay, so but all the patterns are worked through the 3rd loop of the half double crochet. So if you look to the top of your row, okay, we have got, so these are the top stitches, we have got the front loop, which is the one closest to you, then the back loop, which is the one further away from you. But if you spin the half double crochet stitches and face them towards you, there is a 3rd loop here at the back. Okay, so this is the 3rd loop that we are going to be working through, and by doing so we're going to push these 2 stitches at the top to the front of the fabric. So we're going to kind of roll them over to the front, and that is precisely what gives us this knit look texture here. Okay, so let's go ahead and work the cross double crochet. So I've got the next half double crochet in front of me, which I'm going to miss or skip, and I'm going to work into the next half double crochet through the 3rd loop only. So yarn over, insert your hook through the 3rd loop, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. To work the second leg of the cross double crochet, we're going to go back to the half double crochet that we have just skipped, and we're going to be working through the 3rd loop of that half double crochet. Okay, so again, I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook through the 3rd loop only and kind of come out in between, crossing over the double crochet I already made, yarn over, pull through, okay, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're not working the double crochet to the front of the double crochet we've already made. What we're doing is working over the post of that stitch, kind of crossing them over. So if you've ever made cross double crochet, it's the same thing. The only difference is we're not working through the top loops, we're working through the 3rd loop of that half double crochet. So let's make another one together. I'm going to miss the next half double crochet and I'm going to work into the next one. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now I'm going to go back and insert my hook through that 3rd loop of the previous stitch, or of the stitch that we skipped. Okay, so that's this one here, but I'm also going to be going kind of behind, working over that cross double crochet. So this is the direction your hook should be going, through the 3rd loop, behind the body of that stitch, and then you're going to yarn over with that working yarn there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook through the 3rd loop and come out behind that stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, So as you can see, the stitches are kind of crossing over, and because we are working through the third loop of the half double crochet, those top loops, the front and back loop, are getting pushed to the front of your fabric, which is what is creating that knit look stitch, knit look, okay? At this point we've got 4 cross double crochet, and we've got last 2 stitches left, and we're going to be working single crochet to end. Okay, so 1 single crochet and a single crochet into the last stitch. Okay, and if I place this flat, you can already see how the 2 single crochets on either end are kind of cinching the fabric, with the middle kind of bulking out. Okay, so that is precisely what you want it to look like at this point. To work row 3, okay, we're gonna turn, and again chain 1, work 1 single crochet and second single crochet. So that's the first 2 single crochets at the beginning. And now I'm going to work 1 half double crochet across the cross double crochets until the last 2 stitches, and we're going to place 2 single crochets into those stitches again. Okay, so just work half double crochet across to last 2 stitches. And for the last stitches, as I said, is 1 single crochet and a second single crochet, and that is basically it. As you can see, the fabric is already naturally kind of curling. It's naturally creating like a 3D shape, which is going to go perfectly around the bauble. As you can see, it's going to sit nicely on top of it. And here is the piece of fabric after you work up as many rows as you need to. Okay, so don't fasten off after completing the last row repeat, because what we need to do now is fold the fabric in half, kind of lining up the last row with the underside of the foundation chain, making sure that the right side is facing out. Okay, what I'm going to do now, because this is my working loop, I need to pull it through the first stitch on the underside of the foundation chain, because now we're going to join these 2 together. Okay, so I'm just going to simply slip stitch it through. And now what we're going to do is basically single crochet the 2 rows together. So the last row with the underside of the foundation chain, we're going to use single crochet stitches to attach them together like this. Okay, so through the foundation chain, through the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so single crochet stitches across, and about halfway through, don't go all the way, about halfway through, so after you make about 6 or 7 stitches, we're going to insert the bauble into the fabric. Okay, because then it gets a little bit too tight and you won't be able to do so. So I've done a few stitches, as you can see. What I'm going to do is grab the bauble and just insert it in. So I'm going to pull it through by the string. I'm going to dress the bauble in this cover. There we go. Going to come on the other side. And now what we need to do is basically just finish attaching the 2 ends together by working a few more single crochet stitches with the bauble already inside, because if you do it all the way, I don't think you'll get the bauble inside. So we just crochet the two ends together. We've got a couple of stitches left. There we go. Okay, so that's your join. And the reason we're using single crochet is because we get those nice loops on the top. Now I'm going to yarn over and pull through to fasten off. Okay, and now we've got a tail end on both sides of the bauble, so all that's left to do is cinch the bottom completely and then cinch the top just about enough to make the top neat and tidy for this bauble string and this little attachment to come through. Okay, so I'm just going to slightly shorten this tail end and we're going to pop it through the needle, and we're going to be using the running stitch, okay, to cinch the top, cinch the bottom of the bauble, very much like if you're cinching a hat. So go in and out through the end of the fabric, just kind of weaving it in and out until you reach the point where you started from. There we go, so like this. And then just kind of pull on the end to cinch it closed. Okay, and then you can create a knot just to secure it a little bit. There we go. And then simply just go around a few more times so your tail end doesn't come out, or however you kind of sew your ends in, that's totally up to you. And then what I'm gonna do is go back to this the row we attached. I'm just gonna go down through it and come out about halfway down the bauble and pull the end through, like on the inside of the fabric, and then we're just going to snip it off. And the tail end is going to disappear on the inside. And all that's left to do is repeat the process at the top of the bauble. And there we go. That is the bauble finished. So this is the cross double crochet. This is bauble pattern number 1, all done and finished. So you know how to now attach the fabric to your bauble, how to cinch the bottom, how to cinch the top to make it complete. So what we're going to carry on in this tutorial is basically just quickly showing you how all these other special stitches are worked. Okay, so I'm not going to be starting right from the scratch. All I'm going to do is just show you these special stitches that you work into the half double crochet to make them all look slightly different, but still kind of matching with that knit look row through the top. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you how to work the other 4 special stitches. For bauble 2, so this is the next pattern we're going to tackle. For bauble 2, you will need to chain 14, and after completing row 1, you will have 13 stitches. Okay, to work row 2, we're going to turn, we're going to chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And now we're going to work the special stitch across the half double crochet stitches. Again, we're working through the 3rd loop only. So we're going to start with 1 double crochet through the 3rd loop. Then we're going to work 1 double crochet 2 together through the 3rd loops. So that's yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, insert your hook in a next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and to finish off I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook. And now we're going to kind of work around the bodies of those 3 stitches. So I'm going to yarn over and then go back and insert my hook around those 2 double crochets just made, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we kind of working around the double crochet and the double crochet 2 together, then we go back and wrap the next stitch around the bodies of that stitch. So let's go ahead and work the next double crochet through 3rd loop only. Then we're going to work double crochet 2 together, yarn over through the next loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops, and then as you can see there's naturally a gap between the bodies of those stitches, so we're going to yarn over and kind of go back through that gap, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so you kind of like pinch them together with that stitch. So let's do it one more time. So that's double crochet, then double crochet the next 2 stitches together, okay, by half working the double crochets, then yarn over, pull through 3 loops, and then we're gonna yarn over and go back through the gap, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so this is where we are, and then for the last 2 stitches it's just single crochet to cinch the ends down, and then we turn. Okay, and we're gonna work chain 1, 1 single crochet, 2nd single crochet, and then we're gonna work across those stitches in half double crochet. So that's half double crochet in next, all the way across until the last 2 stitches. And for the last 2 stitches is single crochet to end. And here we go. So that's pattern for bauble number 2. For bauble pattern number 3, we're going to be using puff stitches for a little bit of texture. Okay, so for bauble 3, again you will start with chain 14, and after completing row 1 you will have 13 stitches. To work row 2, I'm going to turn, chain 1, work 1 single crochet in the first, 1 single crochet in the next, and then again we're going to be working through the 3rd loop of the half double crochet stitches, and into the next stitch we're going to place a puff stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and we're going to repeat this 4 times in total. Okay, so yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through 8 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so that's your puff stitch complete. Now to anchor it down, I'm going to work 1 single crochet through the 3rd loop only of the next stitch, and then it's a simple repeat. Again we're going to work puff stitch into the next one, pull through 8 loops, pull through 2 loops, and single crochet in next. And we're going to repeat that again. And I'm on the last half double crochet, so I'm going to work a puff stitch into the last half double crochet, pull through 8, pull through 2, and to finish off the row we've got 2 single crochets. So I'm going to work 1 single crochet in next, which is going to kind of double up as a anchor stitch for the last puff stitch, and then single crochet in the very last. So here are the puff stitches on the right side of your work, and to work row 3 we're going to simply chain, work 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then place half double crochet into the top of the puff stitch and half double crochet into the single crochet. Okay, and repeat this all the way across until we have the last 2 stitches left. And again, into those single crochets we're just going to place single crochet in each. There we go. So that is the pattern, bauble number 3. And as you can see, you might have to pop the stitches back out onto the right side of your work. So for bauble pattern number 4, which is this beautiful textured pattern, you will start with chain of 13, and after row 1 you will have 12 stitches. Okay, to work row 2 we're gonna chain 1 and turn. Start with 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and now we're going to be working across the half double crochet stitches again through the 3rd loop only. So into the next stitch I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook through the 3rd loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So I'm kind of not finishing a double crochet stitch. And now I'm going to be working around the post of that double crochet, that unfinished double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook around the body of that stitch, yarn over, pull through, then again yarn over around the body of that stitch, yarn over, pull through, and one more time do the same. Okay, and now you're going to yarn over and pull through all loops on your hook, and to anchor it down we're going to work 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so this is what we created from the front. So let's repeat that special stitch again. It's yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and now we're going to be working around the post of that unfinished double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook around and pull up a loop, and repeat that 2 more times. And now we're going to yarn over and pull through all loops on your hook and work single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so you're kind of working like a puff stitches, but instead of going vertical they are facing horizontal, because you're working around the post of that double crochet, which is kind of going up this way. You're kind of wrapping round the puff stitch around the post of that unfinished double crochet. So let's go ahead and work across the row. And then we've got 2 stitches left. which means we're going to be working 1 single crochet into each. Okay, and this is what it looks like from the front. Okay, so you go like a puff stitches, but they are facing the other way. And to work row 3, we're gonna turn, chain 1, start with 2 single crochet, and then work 1 half double crochet across until the last 2 stitches. Okay, so 1 half double crochet, there we go, that's 8 half double crochet and 1 single crochet to each stitch to end. Okay, so this is the next to repeat another row. We're going to be working a row of special stitches and then the plain half double crochet row. So this is Bauble pattern number 4. And bauble number 5 is this beautiful bauble using a triad stitch. Okay, so for bauble 5 you will chain 14, and after completing row 1 you will have 13 stitches. To work row 2 we're going to turn, chain 1, then work 1 single crochet and single crochet in the second stitch, which brings us onto the half double crochet stitches, and we're going to work the first triad stitch. So that's yarn over, insert your hook through the 3rd loop of the half double crochet, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, then I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the next half double crochet, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and insert your hook through the next half double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I've got 4 loops on my hook, and I'm gonna yarn over, pull through 3 loops, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's the first triad stitch finished. I'm gonna chain 1, and to start the second triad stitch, we're going to start in the same loop where the last leg of the previous triad stitch has been worked already. So yarn over, insert your hook through the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook through the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and I'm going to repeat that once again. So yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and I've got 4 loops on my hook. Now I'm going to yarn over and pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and chain 1. Okay, so let's work the next one together. Yarn over, insert your hook in that last stitch where the leg of the previous triad stitch has already been worked, and then across the next 2 stitches, then yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and again 4 loops on a hook. So I'm gonna pull through 3, pull through 2, and chain 1. And I've got 2 half double crochets left, which means I'm going to work 1 more triad stitch to use them up. There we go, and chain 1, and that leaves us 2 single crochets. So we're going to work 1 single crochet to each to end. Okay, so that's the triad stitch finished. And to work row 3, we're going to chain 1, work 1 single crochet in the first one, single crochet in next, and now we've got the 1 chain spaces. Don't forget your 1 chain spaces in between the triad stitches as well. So 1 half double crochet into the chain space, half double crochet into the top of that stitch, and again into 1 chain space into the top of the triad stitch, all the way across until we reach the last 2 stitches, and we're going to work single crochet to next one and single crochet into the last one. Okay, so that's the triad stitch. As you can see, it's got kind of open spaces in between, which means that you'll be able to see the color of your bauble underneath, or if you're using a plain ones, you'll just see the plain bauble underneath. So that's bauble number 5. So I hope you enjoyed the video tutorials for these beautiful baubles. So this is bauble number 1 using a cross double crochet. Bauble number 2 is using this kind of crossed stitch as well there. Number 3, we've got the puff stitches, so a bit of a textured one. Number 4, we've got the wrap stitch in between. That is kind of the puff stitch worked in a different direction to the traditional puff stitch. And number 5 is the one using a triad stitch, which creates kind of an open fabric so you can see through. So I hope you enjoyed the video tutorial for these baubles. Let me know which one is your favorite. I can't quite pick my favorite, but let me know in the comments whether you're gonna make any and what is your favorite one. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me for this video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and giving the video a thumbs up. Comment below which one is your favorite, and I will see you next time for more video tutorials.